Welcome back to Ugly Truck. Look, it's another red short bed square body.
All right, well, we finally have a nice day here in Springfield. Spring is coming, right?
Yes, finally.
It's supposed to be 70 degrees here. We have a truck here, a 1987, that we've been waiting for a nice day because we don't have the ability to put it inside and work on it. This truck has not run in since 2004.
Yep, so like 19, 20 years.
Yep. So it's a 1987 Chevy K10, 5.7 liter, throttle body injected.
Yep.
Okay. And we're going to see if we can't get it going. Okay.
Okay.
We'll tell the whole story of it as we're working on it and kind of go over all that. Okay. And we have done nothing to it other than me and my friend Steve, the owner of this truck, we went and we picked it up. And
here it is.
Yep.
I beat the brake drum off of it.
Oh, that's right. One of the back wheels was completely locked up, so in order to get it this far, Emily went out and hammered the back drum off of it so we could roll it up here.
Yep.
Okay. So we're going to do our usual spark, fuel, and air. Sometimes we refer to it as earth, wind, and fire.
Whichever.
And we'll see if we can't get this thing back to life.
Yeah.
And it'll be a little trickier because it's a throttle body.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
Shall we get to it?
Let's do it.
All right, let's do it. All right, so like I said, we haven't done anything at all this. I don't even know if it turns over yet. So we're gonna have to find out if it is locked up or not. I hope it's not.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah. Let's go ahead and take this off. And take a look at what we got.
Look a little toasty.
Yeah, they do. All right, so throttle body. When we started seeing fuel injection back in the 80s, okay, and they had it already on cars, some of them, but this was the first that we saw in trucks. All right, in 1987. This thing has every emission available at the time. It had an air pump. It's gone. Okay. But there was an air pump that pumped air to this, and then it pumped air from the pump, fresh air into the exhaust manifolds, and that would heat the catalytic converters up even quicker and make them run hotter. Okay. Then for the throttle body injection, it's got a throttle body that has a fuel pressure regulator built into it. They run at about 10 pounds fuel pressure, 10 to 12 pounds, somewhere in there. And it regulates itself and it has a return back to the tank. Okay, so we'll see if we can get the engine to rotate some. We'll get some fresh oil in it, and then we'll start working on seeing if we get fuel.
Okay. Yeah, I noticed it was missing one of the tanks.
Yeah.
So.
But I got underneath there and looked, and it looks like I did the wiring to it in 1987. It was pretty rough. So.
Uh-oh.
But it looks like the right side tank is just the primary tank now, and it's wired up to work all the time. Okay.
Oh no.
And then this, that's the fuel pump relay. Okay.
The what?
The fuel pump relay.
Huh.
Yeah. It's got a tab on it that we'll be able to short that tab, and just kind of turn the fuel pump on by itself and see what happens with that. Okay.
Okay.
If we don't have a fuel pump that works in this truck, we will rig up a tool to give me 10 pounds of fuel pressure off of my fuel injection cleaner.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
So we'll figure it out one way or the other. Before we do that, we'll start by just squirting fuel down the throttle body like we normally do with a carburetor also.
So that works too on these?
It'll make it so we can idle it, you know, to where we can run it. Because once we know we got air and once we know we got spark, you introduce fuel down the throttle body, it's going to start. Okay? So whether or not the throttle body is going to work is the question.
That is the question.
Yeah, that is the question. Okay? Let's see if the engine will turn over in it, okay?
Okay.
It's got a flex fan on it, so it doesn't have a... Okay, so it doesn't want to move that way. Let's see what it had for oil in it. You want to lick that?
No, I'm good, thanks.
Okay. Alright, so got oil in it, doesn't look too bad. I will go grab a breaker bar and we'll go off the front of the crankshaft, okay?
Okay.
And I'll also grab a vice grip and I'll snap a vice grip onto the front of the power steering pump. And just try to use both of them and see if that works.
Okay. Oh, hello, juice.
Oh no, baby's stuck.
It's not what you want.
No. Okay. There it moved. Okay.
Something moved. Ooh.
Sweet. Okay. Alright, so moved. Very tightly.
Very tightly. Alright. We should have marked so we know if we make it around or not. Uh-oh. There it's stuck. Alright, so let's make a mark right here. Okay, white dot. That'll tell us that we've made it all the way around once. Okay.
Okay. But we need to go twice, right?
Yes.
Let's go back the other way. Clockwise, it's just coming up to that one spot. So let's see if it makes a. If it only makes one revolution around.
We know it's a valve.
Or no, if it only makes one revolution, then it's something in the cylinder, like some rust.
Oh.
Okay, if we make a full revolution and almost two revolutions, then we know it's a valve.
Oh no.
Oh no. Now I see the white marker. It's right there.
Yep. So that's one full rotation.
Yeah. Alright, so we know it's not the lower end, so if it locks up on the next revolution around, we know that we have a stuck valve. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah. Because the valves are every other rotation.
Yeah.
Does it feel crunchy?
Huh?
Does it feel crunchy or just tight?
When it stops, it just stops. It doesn't give any kind of feeling, you know?
Yeah. Just a no.
Yeah. didn't think this one would be froze up, but you never know.
That's how they get you. There's the mark again.
Where?
Right there, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright, so if we go a little further, we've made it 2 revolutions.
Okay.
Sometimes go in a different direction. All we gotta do, really. Okay. Alright, that's it. I think we've gone 2 revolutions.
Alright.
When I get back, I'll confirm that. Okay. But while I'm gone,
okay,
you can clean this up.
Ooh, how did I know that was coming?
Okay, clean that off. Cover that up. Okay.
Yeah, I'll just set the air cleaner back on it.
Yep. And change the oil also.
All right.
All right.
Sounds good.
All right. So far, not so good.
Yeah, not so good so far. Okay. So it looked like oil from up above. Let's see what it looks like from down here. Oh yeah. Ugh. It looks like oil. Kind of smells like gas. Should have brought a rag with me. Okay. Ooh, it's a Pure Pro.
Oh, those are good.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Do you have the plug in it yet?
No. Give me just a second, I'm putting the filter on. Don't forget your drain plug. That gets expensive. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. All right. All done under here. Juice is helping.
Nice. Yeah, good job, dude. So, let's get some fresh oil in it. I'm sure you put a filter on it.
I
right?
did.
Okay, Votella T.
Yep.
T4.
Favorite flavor.
Conventional motor oil.
It's got the stuff in it.
Stuff is cheap too. 16 bucks for this jug. We're gonna need another quart of something else. We got boogers to put in it. We could run it on 4 quarts, right?
Sure. Technically, you could run it with no cords.
We've proven that. Flows a little better when it's 70 degrees outside. It's nice. Alright, so what should we do next? We got oil in it, a fresh filter. I always say do a filter because that filter, paper filters can deteriorate. You don't want to start one up on an old filter.
Yep.
You know?
I'm talking oil filters?
Yeah. Alright, so in the event that the fuel pump does run, we don't want that fuel to get up here to the throttle body. Okay?
Ah.
So we could disconnect the fuel pump relay.
Okay.
Alright. And then we could take and put a battery in it.
Okay.
And see if we can get it to crank over with the key. We don't have a key. It's been taken out of it, but we can stick a pair of pliers in there and turn it.
Ooh.
And then we can squirt fuel down the intake and see if it's got spark that way. And then if it has spark, and if it wants to start, we'll work on the fuel after that.
Okay.
All right. I'm gonna set the seat right there.
Oh, okay.
All right. So before I put a battery in this thing, I'm gonna get rid of any wires that look kind of sketchy. All right. So all these that are on the ends here, they probably went to the radio. It looks like, but I'm just gonna cut the ends of them off. So any wire that has wiring exposed to it anywhere, just get rid of it, you know. Okay. Don't know what that goes to. Alright, all this stuff you can fix later on, okay?
Oh, okay, cool.
This is gonna need just a quick vacuuming out.
Yeah, just a real quick one.
So there's a mouse nest right there.
Yep. Yep.
Oh, Steve did say this thing had a great stereo in it.
Oh.
That fell off.
Yeah.
So here's a power lead to a subwoofer.
Ooh.
Okay. So
All right.
so you got a subwoofer in here. There's the speaker wires, which were back in the 80s and 90s. These were pretty sweet. Okay. Giant ground for the subwoofer, probably. Yeah. Okay. So, is there anything in this truck that you should be breathing?
No. Definitely not. Oh, this one. That's a red one.
Yeah.
That you're going for my fingers.
Nope. Not today.
Not today.
It comes with some spare parts too.
Yep.
Now these wires aren't even for this truck, so
Yeah.
we can put them in something else. Ooh, a Hallmark card. I'm very proud of you, son. I always have been since the 20th of June, 1975. I love you. Keep on keeping on. Hank Williams.
Wow.
It's in there somewhere. There, I got it.
Ah.
Alright, so I got it in. That would be run right there, okay? So leave that there. Let's put a battery in.
Okay.
You ready?
Ready.
Okay. Alright, so there's one. This one goes to the body ground, so it goes to the negative side of the battery.
You hope.
I'm gonna do it just like whoever that was that did that.
Smart folks.
Yep. I'd normally do the positive first, but I don't care. Okay.
Okay.
Tuck it down. So, where's our positive cable? Right here. Okay. So I'm gonna touch it to the battery. If it any large sparks or whatever, I'd stop and see what might be causing that.
Okay.
And it's pretty good. So I'm gonna hook it up.
Okay.
There we go. Now back. Your frisbee.
Pick your toys up.
Alright, so we got a battery hooked up to it. Let's I guess at this point we could crank it over, right? See if it cranks with just the key.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't think it's gonna crank great as hard as it was to rotate.
Okay.
But you never know.
Okay.
Alright.
Set it right here. Okay.
Okay. So just give her like a good maybe 3 or 4 squirts down the intake there, and then let me know when you got it in. I'll turn it over hopefully. Okay.
Here we go. Okay.
There's more.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Alright. It almost seems like we don't have spark, right? Because we had fuel, but no spark.
Yeah.
So we need to check and see if it has spark. Alright?
Okay.
Alright. Ignition core. Let's see what we got. So, on our spark plug, we'll ground the electrode right there.
Okay.
Alright. And just run it to ground. Let's use this right here. That'll do it. Okay? Alright, so I'll crank it over and just let me know if that sparks.
Okay.
Are you ready?
I'm ready. Yep, it sparks.
Okay, so we have a spark from the coil. Was it a pretty good spark?
Seemed like it.
Okay, so let's check it at a wire, okay, to make sure everything's good with the cap and rotor.
Okay.
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 Ready?
Yep. Yep, it's going. Yep.
Alright, so it's got spark. So what it doesn't have then is air. No compression basically to get it going. It does crank over a lot better than what I expected it to.
Yeah.
We could give it some fuel with some oil in it, like premix fuel. Shoot it down the throttle.
Yeah.
I need to get my remote thing going on it.
Yeah, that thing sucks.
It's too hard to.
I almost say let's get that on it and let's try some two-stroke, some mixed gas down the deal and see what that does.
Yeah.
Because I'm worried that I wasn't squirting it. I got as much on me as I got in the raw body, so. Oh, it's Steve. Hello. Oh, nothing. Steve was wondering what we were doing.
Alright, well, I hate to go through a whole bunch of work when we really just need it to fire over.
Yeah.
Let me go underneath and hook up the remote starter.
Okay.
and then we'll be able to start it, then feed it, you know,
Okay.
really give it some gas. 'Cause I think that's what it's going to need, a bunch of gas.
Sweet.
Alright, so let's see. Hopefully I can get to the starter, and we'll just put it on this purple starter wire, okay?
Okay.
Solenoid wire. Oh, come on. Come on. I'll get down there. I might have you try it when I'm down there.
Okay.
And you'll just put this to the positive side.
Alright.
Okay? And then hit the button.
Okay.
Just tell me if it is working or not. Okay?
Sweet.
But hook it up first. Alright, give it a try and see if it works.
Okay. Ready?
Yep.
Yeah. Yay, Jerry did it.
I appreciate that. Alright, so
Helping.
let's make sure the ignition's turned on.
Okay.
Alright. Whoa, wait a second. Wait.
Oh.
Cheers.
Oh. Ooh. Ooh, where's my Dr. Pepper? Hold on. All right.
That was the whole problem. We always cheers first. Alright. Do
All
another
right.
one.
Another one.
Good. Alright, so this should do it.
Okay.
I'm gonna have you run the button.
Okay. I have to put my Dr. Pepper down.
Alright, go for it. There it goes.
Whoa.
Ah, somebody's got this on mist.
I was trying to keep it from dripping on me.
Oh, well, there's no worrying about that
I didn't,
when you're working on cars.
I didn't want my hands to be on fire.
Alright, let's give her a shot.
Ready?
Yep.
Oh.
Some more. Oh. That's why it looks the way it does. Alright, go again.
Okay.
Come on.
Alright. I lost it. I went into panic mode. Sorry. Okay.
Yeah, no need to panic.
Well, it was on fire, so. Ready?
Yep. Go for it. Alright, so the problem is that's only 4 cylinders, you know?
Yeah.
So I need 2 squirt bottles.
Huh.
I wonder why these are melted looking.
Huh, I don't know.
Alright, well, we know it'll run, so now we need to see if it'll run with its throttle body.
Okay.
Okay?
And also not be on fire.
Now what to do, huh? We need to see if we can get some fuel pressure coming up to this throttle body, okay?
Okay.
On the driver's side line that comes into the back of the throttle body,
Okay.
that is the inlet side, okay? And on the passenger side, that's the return side, okay?
Okay.
So we need to, we'll disconnect our, get rid of this. Subwoofer wire. Okay.
Okay.
So we'll disconnect this, and then we will jumper our fuel pump relay,
Okay.
and we'll see if we get fuel to come out of this line. We know the fuel's not going to be good, but we could empty the tank that way if it works.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
All right. You got to hold the fitting. Okay, it goes into it. Yeah. Okay. All right. So, what do you think is going to happen there? I'm just going to real quick see if something comes out of it, okay?
Okay.
So, I'm going to check the fuel pump relay and see if it has any power right now. It does, when it really shouldn't because the key is off. Okay. The center wire here is the one that goes down to the fuel pump. This red wire here is just a jumper. You apply power to it and it would fire up that relay, or fire up the fuel pump also.
Oh,
okay. But I'm just gonna bypass the relay and I'm just gonna jumper the wires. Okay. And there's some sparks going on there, so it's trying to do something. All right.
Okay.
But it's not doing anything. Okay.
Okay.
So the fuel pump's not turning. We're not getting fuel. Okay.
Oh, that's not good.
No, it's not how we wanted it to be.
Yeah.
All right. So before I waste any time on the throttle body system, I want to know if the injectors are being fired off or not. Okay.
Oh, I see.
And so the way I'm going to do that is you could just put a test light between those two leads.
Okay.
All right, because it's just a positive to ground. But I have what's called a Noid light. A Noid? Yeah. Oh, look at this.
Boy.
Okay, so in the 90s, this thing pretty much just sat on top of my toolbox because it would get used constantly. Car didn't run, you'd find a Noid light that fit its injector plug and plug it in, crank it over, and see if it's firing the injectors. Okay? If it wasn't, most likely it was the computer. This one is specifically for throttle body.
Okay.
And I'll go in and I'll crank the truck over with the key on.
Okay.
And if it flashes, then this truck's computer is signaling the injectors to fire.
Okay.
Okay. And I'll disconnect the fuel just in case. Okay.
Okay.
Ready?
Yep. Oh, now it wants to run. Yep, it flashes.
It flashes?
Yep. So you can just check one of the injectors and know they're both.
Yeah. Well, you know that if one of them's firing, let's check the other one just to be sure too. Okay. That's probably a pretty smart thing to do.
Yep.
All right. So the truck's computer is actually firing off the injectors.
Okay.
And the computers in these would go bad. The driver and the computer would stop running these. Okay. So that happened a bunch, and that was the reason for having a bunch of different Noid lights.
Noid lights.
Okay. So if we get fuel pressure going to it, then it should run off the injectors. Okay.
Okay.
So how do I do that? I'm gonna have to probably, there's not a lot of room here, but I might be able to rig up a device that goes where the fuel filter is.
Oh, okay.
Okay, and plug into it, and then we'd be good to go.
Okay.
All right. Funny seeing you down here.
Oh, I know. Do you come here often?
All right, so that's the return line. Okay.
Okay.
And I got to get a hose to go to it, and we'll return it into something else instead of filling this gas tank up with fresh fuel.
Okay.
Because it has to come down and get replaced or cleaned. And then this, okay, the fuel. This is part of my fuel pressure gauge that I have.
Okay.
But it fits right in line with that fuel. Okay.
Sweet.
So I'm going to replace the fuel filter with it.
Okay.
And we're going to use my fuel pressure or fuel injection cleaning tool to feed 10 pounds of fuel pressure up to that thing.
Okay.
And see if it'll run off of its throttle body.
Sweet.
Okay. And then we'll, of course, then we got to also fix our return line here too up, so we're not just spraying fuel all over the place.
Yeah.
Okay. So. This is also how we would put this in to check fuel pressure. Because some cars, that's what this thing's for actually, is to check fuel pressure and do the fuel injection cleaning on it. But we could start the car then, and as long as we had an air pressure tank, we could run a hose to it. And,
pressure to it?
Yeah, and then drive the car in, you know.
Oh, yeah.
But at least that way we knew when we were doing a fuel pump that that's actually what it needed.
Yeah.
And the only thing that is a downfall of doing it this way is there's no fuel filter.
Oh, yeah. But if we know we're putting
Fresh fuel through it, it'd be alright.
Yeah.
We're going to kind of flush it out a little bit first. So I'll hook my fuel pressure regulator up to that Schrader valve. I got to go get a hose and we'll tap onto this return line.
Okay.
Okay.
Welcome back.
Oh, thank you. Alright. I'm going to run it someplace where it's not resting on the tailpipe.
Oh, yeah. It's a good plan.
I'm going to put a clamp on it, even though I don't need to. So this is the line, the end of the line for my fuel pressure, or my fuel system cleaner.
Yep.
Okay. So I thread it onto that Schrader valve. Okay. See it? Good. And then I'm gonna hook my. We'll show it when we get out, but that's my new fuel pump down there, basically.
Yep.
So, but,
Okay.
and it's air. It's operated by air pressure.
Yeah. Alright.
Oh. Okay, so on the inlet side, I'm gonna hook a piece of line up to this, and I don't know how I'm gonna possibly get that over it. So I'm gonna get a different piece of line.
Okay.
I'll just take a piece of heater hose. It ain't gonna catch all of it, but it'll catch 90% of it, you know? Yeah. Okay. All right. We'll run it into a somewhat clean tub of towels. Still got a little bit of injector cleaner in it, but we're just gonna flush it out through the system anyway.
It's probably good for it.
Okay. Shut my valve. Okay. So, my regulator is turned all the way down. I'm going to open the valve. If you want, I'll open the valve and you can go over there and watch and see if fuel comes out, okay?
Okay.
I'm just going to add some pressure to it here.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Okay. Oh, there it goes. Okay.
So all the fuel that was in that was forced out of that line. So that should be nice and fresh fuel. Looks good, right?
Mm-hmm. Smells like gas.
I'm gonna hook the line back up.
Okay. Okay.
Alright, so I gotta add again. Alright, this time we'll put some pressure to it.
Okay.
And we'll run it and see if we get anything out the return side. Okay?
And then, so then it's 10 pounds pressure there. Is that what it takes, or is that just a safe guesstimate?
We can run it over 10 pounds and then the regulator inside that throttle body is supposed to regulate it at around 12 pounds. Okay?
Okay.
So put some pressure to it and we should get some out the return side. Okay?
Okay.
You ready?
I'm ready.
Nothing?
No.
Okay.
Oh.
Somewhere else, huh?
Yeah, it's coming out of the. It's coming out of the cap.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, so somehow or another the returns ended up back in the tank. So leave that cap loose.
Okay. Oh, now some came out of the at some point there.
Oh, I just dented the truck.
Oh man.
Sorry, Steve.
Sorry, Steve. Can I pour you another?
Alright, that's the fuel it's going to run on this time. So I'm going to go turn the key on.
Okay.
No pressure on this thing. Or I'll take and I'll dial it up to about. Come on. Oh yeah, you got to add air pressure to it.
Oh, that's
Good.
how that works.
Okay, so I'm going to add some air pressure to it. Oh. And then I'll probably try and start it with at about 20 pounds. Okay? And the regulator is supposed to regulate that pressure. But if I do it at 20 pounds, then it won't be bleeding off too much.
Okay.
Okay? And the valve's closed right now, so it doesn't have any pressure going on. So if I turn the key on, give it some fuel pressure, and
Yep.
crank it, it should start.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay.
And run on its own.
Yep. All right.
Here we go.
Here we go.
All right, cheers again.
Cheers again.
Ignition on,
Ignition on.
fuel on,
Fuel on.
cranky. I don't see the injectors. There you go. You see it dripping? I'm gonna let it pressurize a little bit. Oh, we're running out of battery power.
Oh man. Battery on.
Alright, well that charges up just a second. I'm gonna see how much fuel we've actually lost. Okay. Alright, not that bad. And we had fuel dripping out of the injector, okay?
Okay.
So we were doing something.
Something was happening.
I'm gonna give it 25 pounds this time.
Okay.
And if you watch that other injector too, I'll watch for, you know, drips.
Okay.
You ready?
Sure. It's dripping.
Both of them dripped. This one dripped.
This one dripped.
I'm gonna give this one a little extra. That one a little extra.
Okay.
See what happens.
Oh.
Okay.
So the injectors are just not doing enough.
No, they're not spraying very good. Trying to avoid the fire again.
Okay.
Could you see them spraying?
Yeah, this one was starting to go.
Okay.
Okay.
I think we know the trick though.
More gas.
Yeah. I think I gotta keep the pressure down here.
Oh, I see.
'Cause I think it would have kept going, but it ran out of fuel. So I'm gonna drop my pressure down a little bit to about 20, okay?
Okay.
And give her a shot there. See how she goes.
Okay. Okay, so what did we learn yesterday?
I don't know.
Fire bad.
Yeah, almost caught it on fire.
Just a little bit.
What did we learn? We know that this truck will run.
Yes.
We put fuel pressure to it, and out of the 2 injectors, it just drips out.
Yeah.
Okay. And we also know that they're flashing because we used the Noid lights on them, so it should be doing better than what it was. So there's something plugged up in the throttle body. Okay.
Yeah, the fuel system was definitely the biggest issue that we had. Going forward, no matter what direction we go, we know that that is something that we're going to have to address. So we've got a fuel tank coming for it, we've got a fuel pump coming for it, and at that point we've got some options. So
yep. If we can't get the throttle body to work on this thing, which I'm pretty sure we will, it seems like it wants to, we could always just throw a carburetor and an intake on it, and a different distributor also, and basically just get rid of the throttle body system. So that's the economical alternative to fixing the throttle body if we can't get that going. But we'll do our best to get the throttle body going, because throttle body is pretty cool.
Yep.
You know,
Yep.
1987's the first view of what we had, what was coming. You know.
Yep.
It definitely gives you more horsepower, that's for sure.
Yeah. Yep.
The throttle body is not the peppiest thing, but they do run good, so we'll try to fix it.
And then before anybody else says it, we could always LS swap it, but
It is expensive.
it is expensive. So I don't think Steve's gonna want to foot the bill for a LS swap right now. So
We could just LS swap it and then tell him when he picks it up.
yeah, by the way. But yeah, we are gonna fix the TBI. That is something that you guys have asked about several times. How does it work? More information on it. So we're gonna take advantage of this and bring you guys some more information on throttle body injection. That's something that Jerry has a ton of experience with. So stay tuned for that. Make sure you hit the subscribe button and you ring the little bell so you get a notification when we upload that video. We appreciate you guys watching, and we will catch you next time.